Do roll call, Chris?
Josh,
Here.
Eric,
Here.
Richard,
Here.
here, Frank,
Here.
Oscar.
Good time.
All righty. Anybody have any
Life in your world.
changes to the minutes from
That's good.
May
I don't
12th?
want you to get bored.
Not entertain a motion.
Move to approve the minutes. Second. From May 12th, 2026. Second.
Okay, motion to approve the minutes from May 12th by Eric and second by Josh. All in favor?
Aye.
I guess we did out of order, the approval of the agenda. The only thing I wanted to add under new business is the elections. I think they were supposed to be done last month. So, with that addition, I would entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
Making a motion to approve the agenda for May 12th, 2000, no, not May 12th, June
Ninth.
9th, 2026.
Second.
Motion by Cheryl, second by Josh, to approve the agenda with the addition of the elections. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Now, you had that BZA, that's under public hearings, okay. All right, under, we'll go ahead and, first, anybody here for the public hearing? Or public forum? Anybody have anything? Okay, we'll go on to the new business, the elections. Accept any nominations for chair and co-chair? I'd nominate Eric for chair.
Second the nomination.
Is that okay?
What are you gonna do? Are you leaving?
I don't know.
Oh, no.
Anybody want to be co-chair?
I think I'd just soon get in gear a little better first.
I think Oscar
There you go.
would like to, right?
You just got volunteered.
I nominate Oscar for co-chair.
Josh is.
No.
What about if we get Richard to be the co-chair?
That's what
I could do co-chair.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, that sounds good.
Richard's
Yeah, okay, good.
co-chair, okay. Sounds good.
Okay.
I'll nominate that second.
I agree.
What did you say, Oscar?
I said I'm gonna nominate you and second it.
Okay. Okay, so we have a,
I second it too.
okay,
I third.
Okay.
so we have,
Richard, you nominate.
there's,
I did, I seconded it.
Okay.
you got those?
Oscar,
I got voted out. We're gonna use
you nominated Richard.
Richard. Yes, ma'am.
You second.
Cheryl, I think.
Oh,
seconded it.
Cheryl.
I did.
Yeah.
Okay, so we
Now
have
I'll
two,
vote.
and you got the other one? Okay, so we have
We're set.
two nominations. I guess,
Yep.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It carries. So, move on to a public hearing. So that'll take effect next month then. So I, Richard Wolf, move the Plan Commission be recessed and the Board of Zoning Appeals be convened. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, second by Josh. And all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is passed. I now call agenda item 7A, the public hearing for case number BZA-V 2026-02, a request for a variance to reduce the front yard setback and increase the side yard setback in the C2 zoning district. Is any member of the Board of Zoning Appeals that wish to abstain from voting on this agenda item? Let the record show there are no abstentions. We have a quorum of 6. Any members have any ex parte communications?
No.
Let the record show there are no ex parte communications. The secretary has reported that a notice for this public hearing was published in the Ark Valley News on 5/7/2026. The notices were mailed to the applicant and 6 owners of record of real property in the notification area on 5/8/2026, all of which is at least 20 days advance notice as required. Unless there is evidence to the contrary, I declare that notification requirements have been satisfied for this public hearing. As the first item of business, zoning administrator Dustin Belton will present the zoning administrator's report.
There we go. All right. BZA V 2026-02, the applicant is Matt Fellows, and it is a variance to reduce the front yard setback and increase the side yard setback. Basically swapping places of where the front yard setback is to where the side yard setback is. Jurisdiction, the board does have jurisdiction to consider the variance request under the provisions of section 15.3 of the City of Kechi zoning regulations as outlined in the Kansas statutes annotated 12-759. Okay, background. The applicant has plans to develop the property and would like to have the building run east and west instead of north and south. The current front yard setback is tied to Oliver Street. Given the unique nature of the lot being isolated behind Jumpstart, almost a flag property or landlocked, the applicant is asking for a variance to reduce the current west side front yard setback to 0 feet, making it a side yard, and increasing the current south side yard to 35 feet, making it the front yard. So basically on this picture here, we have the building setback on the west side of the property running north and south. The applicant would like to reduce this to 0 and have the side yard on the south side of the property become the front yard by increasing that setback up to 35 feet. The property is currently zoned C2, Local Commercial District. Kechi zoning regulations, section 6.8 D2 states minimum yard requirements, front yard 35 feet along all street frontages. That part is important. B, side yard 0 except 5 feet where 1 is provided, and C, rear yards 20 feet. Kechi zoning regulations define frontage as the length of distance along a lot line that abuts and is shared in common with a public street. Going back up here to this picture here, this property is essentially landlocked or a flag lot because this part over here, I'll show it on a different picture here in a second, is the flag part. It is a reserve for the car wash, Jumpstart, and this lot here that is in question. The Kechi zoning the property is adjacent to a reserve, Reserve A, that is shared by all adjacent landowners for property access and connects to Oliver Street. In the northeast corner of the property, drainage rock is encroaching on the property from the park. There is a 10-foot utility easement along the northeast and west sides of the property.
Can you show on that map where that reserve is?
Yeah, this right here is off of the plat, this picture here. Right along here on the east, or excuse me, on the west side of all these properties is Oliver Street. This big lot up here with the number 1 on it is Jumpstart. The car wash is on the southern half of lot number 3 over here, which there was a lot split done. I don't know exactly when that lot split was done. It might have been done through the county. And then this up here is lot number 2. It's the empty lot just south of Jumpstart.
So that Reserve A is that the driveway or?
That's, yeah, that's driveway access. That's what you pull into when you access Jumpstart from the south side. It's technically owned by all 3 of those, excuse me, all 4 of those lots right now. So it's a shared interest for access, especially for those 2 back lots, especially the car wash right now. The subject site was platted as Lot 3, exception S, 115 feet thereof Block 1, Prairie Creek Commercial Edition in 1998. It appears that the lot was split at some point from the lot located to the south, which is where the car wash is. I cannot find a case, a Kechi case regarding this. As I said earlier, it may have been done through the county. Adjacent zoning and land use to the north and east is R1. It's the city park on both the north and east. South is C2 commercial where the car wash is. West is C2 commercial where Jumpstart is. 5 criteria for granting a variance. Number 1, the property is a flag lot or landlocked and does not have any frontage along Oliver Street. This creates a unique situation where the property does not meet the definition of frontage. The applicant wants to respect the zoning code as much as possible, thus wanting the 35-foot setback on the south side. So he's not losing or gaining any setback ranges from this. Number 2, staff does not see the rights of adjacent property owners being adversely affected. 3, strict application of the regulations would require the applicant to build on the property, making the area appear cluttered and to deal with the encroaching drainage rock on the northeast corner of the property. 4, the proposed changes to the setbacks will not change the supply of air or light, has no impact on public streets, fire danger, endangerment of public safety, or reduction of or diminishment of property values in the neighborhood. 5, granting the variance will not oppose the spirit or intent of the zoning regulations. Recommendation, should the board determine that all 5 conditions necessary to granting the variance can be found to exist, then it is the recommendation of the zoning administrator that the variance to reduce the west front yard setback to 0 feet and increase the south side yard setback to 35 feet be granted. And for attachments, we have an aerial map of the property. Here, you can see the car wash down over here. And here on that northeast corner of the property, you can see the drainage rock encroaching in on the property itself. Zoning map, this beige is R1, and it is the park. And then we have Jumpstart, empty lot, and car wash down over here. All C2, excuse me. And then showing the area for the future development plan map. And site photos off of Google. We have Jumpstart, we have the car wash, and we have the park and more park behind it. Does anybody have any questions for me?
Do you know how far the jump starts from the property line, the building?
I do not. Off the top of my head, I do not. I know it's
What's
got
those-
to be at least 20 feet because of the setback. From its rear yard, it has to be at least 20 feet.
Oh,
Give
so
me a
you-
second and I can look.
So those dashed lines are set back? On
I'm
both
sorry.
properties?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is a 20, center line 20-foot utility easement, so 10 feet on both sides of that property line between the
Okay.
subject property and Jumpstart's property.
Okay, so if there was a 5 yard would be on top of that.
It would be, so it would extend actually to 10 feet just because of the utility easement itself.
Okay.
Is there going to be a parking area kind of squeezed in there, or do you park up front and have to walk around the back?
The developer would like to put in a building that is a private fueling station for electric vehicles. The applicant is here. I'll let him explain more when he comes up,
Okay.
if that's okay. I'm
Yeah.
not trying to, okay.
That's fine.
That makes sense.
And the drainage, is that going to be shifted over, or are they just going to fill in enough? Because that is where the pond drains, is right down through there.
It is. It is. I am not sure. Matt, do you have any intent to move any of the rock that's in that northeast corner? Okay. Okay.
So you'd probably have to fill in to raise it, because otherwise you're gonna have some problems.
True, but we'll deal with that during the building process and development of the property, excuse me, the engineering part of it.
Any other questions for Dustin? Thank you, Dustin.
Yep.
I will now ask the applicant to step to the podium and state the name and address and, or for the record.
Matt Fellows, 1100 Azure Lane, Wichita, Kansas. Appreciate you guys taking the time to review this application. So, you guys have any questions? You went over it pretty well, but lots of questions.
How many charging stations you gonna have?
So, I'm hoping to get, the building itself will be about 100-foot wide by 30 feet deep. We think we can fit 8 electric vehicles in there to park and charge overnight. So we're FedEx subcontractors. That's mainly what we do. The FedEx station's just up the road there at 254 and Greenwich. So at night, we'll basically bring our vehicles over here, park them inside, charge them. There's no charging facility over there right now. There's nothing really in Northeast Wichita other than like down by REI and some public infrastructure is built. So we've been working with Evergy. We'll have 8 vehicles in there at the absolute most. Right now, we own 6 electric vehicles. Yeah, and the plan was to build, if we can, I'm trying to figure out where that satellite image was. You had that, didn't you, Dustin? It really, when I laid out the plan, it looks so much better, and I think it looked better for the community and everything if we could build on the north side of that lot, have the parking be up front to match more of the concrete and everything is there already. And then again, I wouldn't have to be encroaching back into that drainage ditch because there's not just rock, to your guys' point, there's a depression there where all the drainage goes to. So it created a unique challenge if I tried building the building on the far east side of that lot. The north side's a lot better for us. And we could actually not have to hug all the way up against the north side of the boundary line at that point, and then we could put more landscaping and trees and that sort of thing because we want to be cognizant of you guys have a pretty park there. We don't want to put a building up that's nice or anything in that area. And that would allow for that to happen more so than if we had to build on the south side or the east side of that lot.
And what kind of a building is it going to be, though? What is it going to be made out of?
Metal building, just a metal with, I think there's 4 garage doors, 16 by 12 foot garage doors on the front side. Asphalt parking lot.
Any other questions? Your name was what?
Matt
Matt,
Fellows.
okay, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Matt, can I ask a quick question? So the charging stations will be inside an enclosed building and, I'm so sorry, you said FedEx, the vehicles will be in there with overhead doors? Is that how okay.
Yeah, I mean, when we started this, we were thinking just to put the charging stations outside.
Right.
Because we could do that
Yeah.
too. Security reasons
Right.
and just buildings aren't that expensive. The charging station's what's gonna be the cost of
Yeah.
this project.
That's for sure.
And I actually drove one of the vehicles in today. I mean, it's, if you guys ever want to see one, they're pretty, I mean, they're not like the huge step vans you see on the road. They're basically
Right.
big Dodge ProMasters.
I got you.
Will, during the day, will they be available for public use or no?
No, not at this time.
No.
I mean, we're not opposed to that. It would just, that creates kind of a cost issue because the chargers for public use, you have all the merchant fees and all that, the telematics and all the things that go along with those, it just makes it cost prohibitive. Unless if there was ever a need where electric vehicles got to a point where there could be a use for that, then it would make sense. Really, that lot will be there'll be 8 vehicles parking there during the day. The building will be empty, and then at night, they'll, 6 o'clock at night, they'll start rolling in, charge, and then just leave the next day.
Okay.
Any other questions? Thank you, Matt.
Great, thank you for your time, guys.
We'll move on to public comments. Do you have anybody from the public that would like to speak?
Where it's at, is there going to be any required landscaping? So, just to kind of camouflage it to the park side.
Yeah, well, now that will be up to the.
So, that's my only question, is like blending it so that
Right.
people going to the park aren't just.
Screening to the park.
Yes.
There does need to
that's
be
what
some.
I'm asking, yeah.
Yeah,
So, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
yeah, I would think that would be something that we would put in here.
Yeah, you could put that in.
Mm-hmm.
Particularly if it's a steel building,
Yeah.
Yeah, it needs
kinda
to-
is.
best looking building, so
And I-
cover it up with trees.
Yeah, I heard that that's what you said you were gonna put in here, so, but. Right, right. Yes, as long as we have some type of a barrier there, yeah.
Is that a part of the code?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense.
Planning any type of security fencing or anything like that?
If we didn't build a building.
Has the secretary or zoning administrator received any written or verbal comments?
I received an email from the developer to the south, Jeff Engler. He has no problem with what's being proposed.
Okay. Anyone else wishing to speak from the public?
The only other question I have is, so are they all gonna be coming in all the trucks gonna be coming in at the same time?
Yeah.
Okay, mhm, and what is the weight?
Oh, they're all under 10,000. It's just a big cargo. They're not like semis or anything.
Okay,
Cargo, Ford Transits, are you guys familiar with those?
Mhm.
Bigger.
Yep.
delivery vans?
Mhm.
And they're electrical.
They're electric.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
I would say most pickup trucks.
For sure.
right, well, we got, it's 2-lane, Oliver, and I was just thinking around, time to people are getting off work and,
Oh, absolutely.
right?
I don't think it'll be a lot of, we're not gonna have a lot coming in and out.
Okay. As long as we just don't have 8 or 16, or whatever, 8 of them sitting there all at one time, right, waiting to get,
Yeah, no, that's not how it's gonna go.
okay, all right. Mhm.
Okay, hearing no other comments from the public. Yeah. What's your name?
Adam.
Okay.
Oh,
Here.
yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be great.
Where is the parking involved for the charge? Like, I mean, are you gonna have a parking lot?
Just for the employees that are.
Just for your personal? Okay, and it's gonna be on that property?
Plan would be to put it, so the charging stations would be back here, the building would sit back
Okay,
here.
okay.
And then the personal vehicles would probably park right in the south.
Okay.
Can you show us?
Can you show us just real quick?
Yeah.
We could
so-
see.
Oh, I'm sorry. So the parking that my employees would be doing are probably about, right, those, just right into here somewhere. The
Okay.
8 trucks that are gonna be sitting here, or 8 vehicles, personal, and then the building itself is gonna sit back here. And the vehicles that are charging are gonna be inside the building.
Okay, because this is.
Mhm. I'm not planning on anybody parking on that easement, 'cause that's a lot of the drainage, that's where the water flows.
Well, okay,
Just north of that easement, though, is where I would plan on having their
I
parking.
just.
Okay.
Dustin, during the engineering process, that's all to be considered, I'm assuming.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's not gonna be any other personnel there? Just a, right, it's just a building with the charging stations, period.
Yes, we'll probably have some.
Well, I meant people, though, it probably is not gonna be there.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
No,
just a, right. Okay. Okay.
Really a big metal.
Okay. There's no other public comments. I'm going to go ahead and close the public hearing and restrict further conversations to the bench unless we ask questions from the audience. Board of Zoning Appeals will now begin deliberations. The Board of Zoning Appeals may only grant a variance if the standards of section 1505D of the zoning regulations and KSA 12759 are met, which Dustin says they have. Does anybody have anything different they want to add to what Dustin said on these items? He's pretty well covered.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, well coming.
Have you talked to the Jumpstart? Are they like it or no? Oh, I just was curious. Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Right.
yeah. Okay.
Would there be a requirement, since Jumpstart is an adjacent property, to notify them of this?
Well, they are, for the public hearing, they were notified,
Okay.
because they're within their notification area.
Okay, so they were officially
So
directly, not-
if they had any concern, they would have come.
not just through the paper.
Right.
Yeah, they get it.
Matt, can I just throw a question your way real quick? I mean, have you considered what the external lighting picture might look like? Do you have plans to have some, I'm assuming some external lighting and some of our.
Yeah,
Okay, all right.
Not over in the.
No, I was just considering the house, the residentials that are on the other side of the park. Yeah. No. Okay, cool. I was just curious.
So I would guess I would recommend that just add that the screening and lighting requirements are followed by the zoning regulations.
I don't think.
Are those in there, or the subdivision regulations?
They're the zoning regulations themselves.
Okay.
The drive to get there, is that on an official easement already?
It's it's owned by all three properties,
Yep.
that drive that comes back.
This
Okay.
one, right here.
Yeah, I know it's there. I
So-
just wasn't sure. what it
Right,
said.
so the building will be back here
All four properties.
and parking right here, I think.
So, anybody have any other questions, or entertain a motion? Motions are under number 8 there.
So,
Just read it the way it is there.
So I
Do you wanna
move
make
that the Board of Zoning Appeals adopt the findings and recommendations stated in the zoning administrator's report for case BZA V 2026-02.
My second.
Motion by Cheryl, second by Eric. To,
Oh, wait a minute. Yep, that's right.
want to add the screening?
Yep, with the conditions of, like, landscape screening
yeah.
on all three, be 4. I mean, 2 sides, be 2 sides. Well,
Two.
the west side already
the-
is screened by Jump Start.
The south has got a parking, that's just concrete, so it'd be east and
North and east, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you okay with the seconding that?
I'm fine with that.
All right. So a motion by Cheryl, second by Eric, to approve. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
Yeah, it should have been, yeah, because I added the condition. Mhm.
Okay, order and determinations of the Board of Zoning Appeals are not subject to appeal to the city council. All such decisions are considered final, notwithstanding the right of an aggrieved party to seek a judicial review as provided by law. Any person, official, or government agency jointly or separately dissatisfied by any decision by the Board of Zoning Appeals may seek relief by petition to the Sedgwick County District Court within 30 days of the date and final decision is filed with the zoning administrator. I move the Board of Zoning Appeals. Oh, we've done that. Okay, so we need to close the Board of Zoning Appeals, right? Need a motion to,
Motion, we close the Board of Zoning Appeals.
second?
I second.
Second.
Motion by Josh, second by Eric to close the Board of Zoning Appeals. Go back to, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. So we're on unfinished business, discussion of comprehensive plan and zoning regulation
Nothing,
changes, any other?
no updates at this time. I believe we'll present stuff to you in July. We'll vote to actually have a public hearing, which
Okay.
will take place, depending on the time, it'll either be August or September. We'll do the vote then, and then after that, it'll go to city council.
Okay. Sounds good with that. I'd- I have a motion to adjourn. Here already. Second?
Second.
Okay, there you go. Oscar made the motion, Eric seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned.